I was really shocked, really shocked. I was not expecting that. I was told afterwards that Dr. Wicks gave Nicholas 18 hours to live and asked my husband, should I show her the baby? Whenever I did go back up to my room and was able to come to, they had Sue Hunt from CHEO come down. She came to visit me and she explained everything to me, set me up with the proper bottles to use for him, how to take care of him. I just remember holding him a lot and staring at him and looking at him. And as I've said to people, I literally watched his eyelashes grow. But at 2.5 months old, Nicholas had his first surgery. He had his lip repaired. We took pictures before and after, and we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House that night. And it was a day surgery, so he got to come home that night. But then again, couldn't even use the bottle or anything like that. He had to be fed by a syringe. He had to wear little arm braces so that he couldn't bring his hands to his mouth. When we were explained all the procedures and everything as to what would go on, he was set up with ears, nose, and throat specialist because it does affect their hearing. His lip would be repaired at 2.5 months. His palate would be repaired at 1 year old. So they gave us a brief kind of schedule as to what would go on and what, but it all depends on the severity. For me, having them told me all of this, my go-to was Wide Smiles, which was a website that I went to that was based on children born with a cleft lip and palate. And that's where I got the majority of my information, because they went through each step, what was going to happen in the future, that sort of thing. So if I was iffy or questioning anything, I would go to this website. I used to stand him in front of a mirror. And one of the things that I saw is if you look at yourself in a mirror, it's so different than somebody else looking at you. It's more pronounced. And I had actually even told the doctors that. When I look at him, looking at his face, I don't see it as much as I do if I stand him in front of a mirror. And that was something that they realized and thought, you're right. Always told Nicholas, you know, like, we don't notice it, but we're with you every day.
A lot of people don't know is for cleft lip and palates, it's not only physical, but there's a mental toll that's taken, as it's constant facial surgery, meaning that it's always a different face you look in the mirror after every surgery. And you really start to wonder who you really are and if you like the way you look. In 2017, I got my reconstructive jaw surgery, which was one of the hardest things that I've had to go through. I remember waking up and I felt horrible. My face was all black and blue and puffy. I couldn't see because of the swollenness of my face. In the beginning, after my surgery, I regretted it. I won't lie. I remember thinking this was the worst mistake that I made. I hated the way I looked. I hated everything. I felt like I had made a big mistake. After that surgery, I thought that I messed up. But that was only during the recovery. The recovery took about 6 months fully. But I won't lie, I feel like I'm my best right now. I feel like I look a lot better than I did, and I feel a lot better than I did when I was little or after any other surgery. I would definitely say to tough through it. A lot of kids who have cleft lip and palate quit halfway through. They stop going through their procedures and everything. And I want to say that you need to tough it through and not to quit, because it's so worth it in the end. It's like a weight lifted off of you. I forget that I have a cleft lip and palate sometimes. My whole childhood, that's what defined me. And now, I'm myself. I'm not defined by my cleft